Greetings, Earth travelers. Welcome to Astrology Roadshow, 7th episode, a look at 2021 Western horoscopes and Chinese Zodiac horoscopes for Year of the Ox. As always, your likes, shares, and contact to astrologyroadshow.com and Facebook page are much appreciated. Please be sure to hit the channel subscribe button so you will not miss out on important information as we navigate these times and going into the Aquarian age. Episode 7 comes out as we are experiencing a very significant new moon for 2021, marking the start of Chinese New Year. It also works to reinforce the messaging and purposes of Western astrology, because it is a moment in our time when there are 6 planets within the sign of Aquarius in the sky. Extremely unusual. This is no doubt very specific and powerful messaging from the cosmos, and by understanding these two astrologies, we can further translate the meaning of how that applies to us individually and collectively. Did you ever wonder about the number 12? How did it become so prevalent in our world as a unit of measurement and remain important throughout history to present day? There are several good reasons out there, ranging from mathematical properties of this number to its authority and sacred meaning within God's kingdom. It's actually amazing when you think about how prevalent it is. There are 12 hours on the clock face, and 12 months and lunations to the year. There were 12 apostles, 12 disciples, 12 tribes of Israel, and there are even 12 people on a jury. Heck, there are 12 days of Christmas. It goes on and on. A dozen eggs, baker's dozen, and so forth. You get the picture. And of course, there are 12 signs to the Western astrology zodiac. There is also a 12-year cycle to the ancient Chinese zodiac system. If you are familiar with that, you know that it is as fun and interesting to explore as the Western. The evidence is just as strong to support its pattern of wisdom. The point to this, of course, is that by raising our awareness to what Chinese zodiac time patterns offer, we will be more confident and better able to successfully navigate this increasingly complex world we live in. The number 12 marks time and brings us through natural cycles of our world and reality. If we tap into and integrate the wisdom and cycles of these two ancient astrologies together, our consciousness will be raised exponentially as each cycle repeats. The Chinese system is based on a lunar calendar, and the months are 29 days long, whereas the Western calendar months are based on a solar pattern according to the Earth's orbit around the Sun, and these can range 28 to 31 days long. The respective zodiacs differ in this manner, as well as in some other ways, including the application of elements. But there are interesting commonalities that can be found as well. In the spirit of celebrating the Chinese New Year, which is occurring on February 12th. There's that number again. Let's start with that zodiac first. The Chinese New Year is on a different day each year and takes place on the second new moon after the winter solstice. That can be sometime either in January or February, depending. Each lunar year within that cycle is assigned an animal personality. This chart shows the birth year assignments. To understand which animal icon you are, all you need to do is look for your year of birth. If you are born in January or February, go ahead and double check the date that the Chinese calendar changed on the year you were born. It is easy to look up your animal year on an internet search for your birthday. Your assigned icon is generally descriptive of some personality traits, etc., but not to worry about it too much, because it is equally flattering and unflattering for everyone in different ways. 2020 began a new 12-year cycle in the Chinese system, and that was the year of the rat. We are entering the second year of the cycle, year of the ox, more specifically, the metal ox. We are leaving the rat race behind. That's a joke, but it's true, because the tone will be different in that there will not be as much chaos as would be the case when any new cycle is started, especially one as important as we ushered in during 2020. This will be more a year of dedication and steady application, hallmarks of the ever-plodding ox. Work will be the reward in and of itself. Of course, we are on a new trajectory, having entered the Aquarian age, as explained in previous episodes. So for that reason, it is an inspiring year and definitely will feature upheaval. But the ox will be there this year to provide some much needed calm as well as fortitude and faith. As pointed out in the Astrological Themes of 2021 in Episode 6, this will be a year where fixed stubbornness and determination is in play due to squaring and polarizing planetary energy, as seen within the Western Zodiac. Interestingly, the Ox personality is the perfect complement to reinforce and work alongside that energy in a more subtle manner to hopefully put a positive spin on it. Through all the resistance, we must remember our plan and carry on while keeping an eye on cherished goals this year. That is where the Ox would have us apply our focus and energy, so we can eventually end up there. The Chinese zodiac has 4 groups of kinship made up of 3 animals each. Direct personality correlations can be made from these 4 groups to the 3 modalities within Western astrology: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. How is it possible, you might ask, to correlate these? Well, a 4th group modality is created when combining cardinal and mutable. Mutable meets cardinal at the seasonal cusp areas and represents change plus implementation. It's a period of time and a category of energy all by itself, using these 2 modalities. These are not just any ordinary points on the calendar, as we know. Cycling these 2 zodiacs together will further reveal much to help us understand evolutionary purpose and process. That will be explored down the road in a future episode of Astrology Roadshow. But back to 2021 horoscopes. Starting with the combined modality group, we have the rat, dragon, and monkey. They are creative initiators of situations. These 3 are very much a match to energy change as defined by seasonal solstice and equinox cusp areas. They fit the descriptive mixed tendencies of changeable, mutable, as well as driven, cardinal personalities. As mentioned, the rat is delegated responsibility for starting a new cycle. After the craziness of their own namesake year in 2020, rat natives have a better year in 2021 and are initiating seed planting now. This is a time to start those important new projects with new people. This is an energetic sign that must dial down impatience in 2021 and apply focus to get things done. It is a friendly sign to the ox, but the ox will not tolerate excess. The dragon can enjoy a year of great potential and should go big, which is natural for this sign anyway. The dragon is comfortable with creating growth and expansion. New opportunities in 2021 will often be in the form of new relationships. This will happen in both the areas of career and romance. You may have to do some heavy lifting yourself and work in teams more than you usually prefer as the boss, but the rewards are there for you. Keep your focus, dragon peeps, as that will serve you well in the year of the ox, and do not take on too much. The quick-thinking monkey will be finalizing its seed tending time in 2021 in preparation for harvest next year. You should apply all that you've learned from last year, as well as your widely skillful abilities, and you will prove out much success. Keep on keeping an eye towards the immediate future because next year will be here soon enough. Borrow patience from your friend the ox personality to get you through. The next team of animals is the ox, snake, and rooster. These 3 are a proud group that operates in a more or less straightforward manner, not too much in the way of shenanigans here, unless that serves a purpose. Rather, they are the ones known to usually get right down to business, definitely similar to the cardinal modality of Western Zodiac. You would think the ox would revel in his own year, but this may not be the case unless the ox is able to adapt. The ox knows how to go it alone, and that may be part of the problem this year, as it is a time to forge new relationships to make the most of things. This is the beginning of seed planting years for oxen, and engaging with new challenges is part of that process. The ox, of course, is up for the challenge, but perhaps he just needs a bit of confidence. He is not actually adverse to teamwork. The snake will enjoy great fortune in 2021 on almost every front. In fact, that may be the only problem they encounter this year. So many options and so little time. The ox is all for the brilliant snake, making the most of his abundance this year since they are great buddies. The snake just needs to remember to take time from their many projects to take care of themselves personally. The rooster will enjoy a good year as well. After all, the ox is best friends with the rooster among all the farm animals. To his own credit, the rooster has earned his own feathers, and now hard, sought-after success is seen down the road and is on the horizon. This is also a sign that enjoys applying to the work at hand. Roosters will get there using the same nose-to-the-grindstone methods of the ox. By the end of 2021 and early 2022, the goal will be very close. The tiger, horse, and dog are next. This is a highly determined group of individuals, not at all easily swayed from their opinions or causes, and are known to be a bit hard-headed. This is a similarity they share to the fixed sign modality in their Western Zodiac counterpart. The tiger is a maverick, but this is not the best year to be swashbuckling. Admittedly, this will be an improvement over last year, and they will again experience their trademark luck in 2021. Increased travel or getting out and about in general is likely. But Tiger person, focus is what is needed in 2021, and you will want to make plans for the future, which will have you thinking big. Horse people are the most happy that 2020 is over with. Almost anything will be an improvement. The very active horse is ready to go and will experience greatness because of this attitude. They must remember that the best results will occur as a result of teamwork, compliments of the ox. Many fronts will open up and new ideas and more physical activity can and should be implemented and enjoyed in 2021. For the dog, it is also a relief to be done with the previous year. Survival was the goal, and now things are in line for success. There are better opportunities getting ready to launch, and you feel things are more in control in 2021. It's a good time to start a new venture, but also it's a good time to relax a bit from the hectic pace of last year. Last but not least, the rabbit, goat, and boar, otherwise known as the pig, threesome, round out the Chinese animal kingdom. These are the more creative and easygoing within the barnyard and reminiscent of the Western Zodiac's mutable signs. The rabbit is capable of being very entrepreneurial, but 2021 will not be ideal for creating new ventures. It is more a time to remain steady with all the current undertakings. Overall, it will be a good year and contains many blessings for the rabbit, and it is an improvement from last year. Profits will be made, but it isn't all about that. This is when you will want to also make time for family and also formulate the next successful business idea. The goat will not enjoy the practicality required of him in 2021. There is not much whimsy this year to speak of, unfortunately, and it is not much of an improvement over last year, unfortunately. But when dutifully applying yourself towards one of your creative ventures, the ox will reward your efforts. In this respect, this year can be what you make of it and turn out very well. Finally, 2021 will be good for the pig. In fact, the pig actually fared pretty well in 2020 and better than most, since he is friendly to the rat. This year will provide for increased calm and also, again, more time at home, which is characteristically enjoyed by both the ox and the pig. You are in a seed planting year, which will continue to really increase the chance that new opportunities and challenges will come your way, and this will affect all areas including career, home life, and friendships. Moving on to 2021 Western Zodiac Horoscope predictions, it is best and most accurate to refer to your rising sign as your defining horoscope sign. In the absence of knowing your rising sign, please defer to your sun sign for these readings. In keeping with the same style used for the Chinese horoscopes, each description here will be short, sweet, and to the point. These will also be grouped by their assigned modalities. And here, of course, we have 3 groups with 4 signs belonging in each. Beginning with the initiators of the zodiac, there are the cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They herald in seasonal changes and lead us through the first month of that change. 2021 is a marked improvement over last year for the cardinal grouping, and although heavyweight Pluto remains in Capricorn, where that planet's job there is now mostly cut out for it, this year it's a matter of finishing up the transformative process and putting the pieces back together in a new and improved way. Aries will be putting the finishing touches this year and next on all the ongoing efforts within career ambitions that will be for the betterment of home and family. The area of friendships and your group affiliations will be undergoing new and dramatic changes in 2021 and into 2022. Your creative resources will be affected or helping to affect this sudden renaissance. You will experience tension in those areas along with creative urges. Springtime will provide a travel or educational opportunity. Resources will experience a change in November. Cancer continues to experience upgrading in the area of relationships and partnerships. This will further enable you to understand your own purpose and identity, especially as you relate to others. There may be a sudden fundamental life change this coming year, or inheritance, or even a birth within your immediate circle. Stubbornness among your friends and lovers or children is highly likely, and that area will be experiencing a shift the latter part of the year. Try creatively arriving at amicable solutions. Be prepared for disruption to your routine or to address a health matter the end of May. Libra is putting finishing touches on recent upgrading to all things surrounding home base. The move in 2021 is now usually towards getting creativity seriously in motion. Children and romance are suddenly part of the picture. The push and pull of financial resources and spending will be a theme, especially in November. Communication is highlighted into May and June, and there will be a change with regard to that medium. Capricorn has fundamentally endured much over the past couple of years, and things are now finally continuing to lighten up. More creativity regarding financial matters is on tap, and sudden changes to income may be ongoing. Activity in the area of romance is also coming alive in a big way, so do not pass up on the opportunity for positivity in creative situations there. There will be a big change in that area during the fall. Springtime may usher in a spiritual awakening. The next modality in natal lineup is the fixed variety: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. As with their Chinese cousins, these folks have a determined attitude regarding all their concerns and affairs and are not easily influenced. 2021, and also for the next couple of years, has them in the proverbial hot seats, which is where the cardinal signs have been. Both Saturn and Jupiter have moved on and are now creating squaring and polarizing tensions with Uranus in the areas of Aquarius and Taurus, and paving the way for Pluto to arrive. Taurus is really feeling the heat beginning in 2021, and that's because it is playing host to the planet Uranus, while that planet is undergoing tremendous squaring tension from planets located at its home base in Aquarius. So we feel your pain, fellow Taurian. The push and pull will result in fundamental changes to personality and all the main facets that contribute to it, such as career, ambition, relationships, home life. Best advice is to relax and repeat. This too shall pass. You are known to have a stubborn streak, and now is the time to let up on it a bit for your own health and well-being. Things are changing, and that will be okay, and in fact, likely very good. It's just so unsettling. It will come to a head during fall, but get better after that and before end of year. Leo will not have an easy time of it during 2021 with regard to partnerships, especially those related to career. You will be required to put your ego on a back burner so not to start or prolong any disputes. Keeping yourself open to being humble will do wonders for efforts toward negotiations during this entire year. Your creative ideas will help much and provide a solution right before summertime. Keep the faith, courageous lion. Scorpio is usually pretty dauntless in the face of adversity, but even these hardy creatures are not immune to the forces of 2021. Your home base is going to be tested. Partnerships of all kinds, including spouse or roommates, will be getting on your last nerve. If you can enroll in an online class to enhance your education or take a vacation to help divert your attention, that should help. This tension will reach a climax latter part of the year and will improve just in time for the holidays. You will experience a change regarding sources of income right before summertime. Last but not least, among the fixed signs we have independent-minded Aquarians. Much of all the fuss is centered around all things Aquarian, and 2021 is a double-edged sword for these folks. Spiritual matters have been of the utmost concern recently, and that is coming to fruition now. Your identity is and will continue to be undergoing fundamental changes as Pluto is nearing your sign. This year is a harbinger of things to come. Try not to dig in those heels too much. Instead, tap into that free spirit as much as possible. Look at it all as an exhilarating time for humanity, even though you are experiencing it on a very personal level. Be extra loving towards your family because they are experiencing it right along with you. Much will be gained from your time together in the barrel once this next few years has been said and done. Friendships will step up to offer up positivity first half of 2021 and contribute towards some much needed relief. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces are able to creatively mutate to accommodate situations, and they each have a special talent and style that defines how they are flexible. They represent the mutable modality and have been lucky enough to fly, more or less, under the radar last year and will again during 2021. But these are the best and worst of times for all of us. It will prove to be interesting and challenging for each of these signs as well, partly because they have to deal with the rest of us. Gemini's area of nagging concern in 2021 will be the inability to travel and take a worthy vacation like they are used to doing. They may have to watch more cable TV to get their fix of information. If so, they would find it very satisfying to tune in to documentaries or meditate about the universe and how that relates to humanity, spirituality, and the matrix of consciousness. Just beware of getting into too much of a debate about these topics with other people in 2021. Springtime will bring about a change within a significant relationship. Virgo may be the sign to get the greatest benefit out of 2021. Your enjoyment in performing acts of service will be activated. You are also able to focus on keeping healthy in your routines. Creative ventures are finally coming to where they should be and will achieve real fruitions. There may be a bit of a conundrum involving scheduling vacation travel, but you are keeping happily busy at things you do best. Home life will experience a change of direction that will get underway by mid-year. Sagittarius has been experiencing much upheaval in the way of income generation for the past year or so. The picture on that front is becoming more clear and looking up a bit in 2021. You may be working out of the house now, and certainly your communication style or methods are somehow in flux. This may be causing great tension with regard to establishing a daily routine. There will be an answer provided before summertime, and that will point you to a new direction. Finally, we come to dreamy Pisces. Not unlike Aquarius, Pisces is feeling much in the way of a spiritual reawakening on a personal level as well as a universal level. The good news is Pisces is also able to handle this very ethereal possibility with grace and be a role model to the rest of us in showing how that's done. The frustration in 2021 will be how to express it in a way that reflects this deep understanding, but they will find the way. New friendships have been forged recently that will continue to undergo a testing honeymoon period. A career matter or achievement will be reached by mid-year. That about wraps it up for 2021 horoscopes. Wishing everyone many blessings all during 2021 and the year of the ox. If you have any questions or would like details about your astrology information, please contact ars@astrologyroadshow.com. Thanks much for tuning in. Catch you next episode.